Martin.
Here.
Dowling.
Here.
Swallow. Bowman.
Here.
Stelling. Beer.
Here.
Brooks.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. Item 4 on the agenda is discussion and action on the resignation of Angelica Brady, business manager for the city of Alva. As y'all are aware, Angelica has submitted her resignation to be effective on June 1st. She has another opportunity which would be beneficial for her and her family, and so we do have on here to accept her resignation. So I would enter. Nobody's going to want to make that motion, I don't think.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of city business manager Angelica Brady.
A second.
Have a motion by Mr. Winters and a second by Mrs. Beer to accept the resignation of Angelica Brady, business manager for the city of Alva. Is there any further discussion? I would just like to say that, Angelica, we're going to have a few more opportunities to express our appreciation to you, being that you've given us a June 1st date. But you have been a breath of fresh air for this council chambers. I think the employees would agree, and I wish you and your family nothing but the best, and I do think that this is, it sounds like it's a great opportunity for you, and I'm glad you have the opportunity. But in the next 4 months, we plan to get a lot of work out of you, so don't disconnect too much.
I will be. I think my staff has a bet to see if I'm going to cry or not during this event, but I'm very humbled at the reception that I've received from everyone regarding my resignation. The support that I've received from the council, the staff has been amazing. I've been very honored to serve in the capacity that you've allowed me, and I appreciate that.
Any further discussion? Please call the vote.
Winters.
Yes.
Bear.
Yes.
Dowling.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
All right. Item 5 is discussion and action to enter into executive session pursuant to 25 OS 307B1 to discuss the employment, hiring, and appointment of the city business manager.
I'll motion to enter into executive session.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Winters and a second by Mrs. Beer to enter into executive session. The record show that Mrs. Swallow is here.
Kelly, can I ask a question? Before we enter executive session, will we be able to, since people came, or do we get to hear any of their comments?
We don't have a public comment agenda item.
I was just curious since we have people coming.
Rick, is that?
If the council chooses and the mayor elects to allow that, as long as it's uniform for everybody that is in attendance, you can do that, but that would have to be after the executive session, because you've already got it on the table.
Okay. All right. So we do have a motion by Mr. Winters, a second by Mrs. Beer to enter into executive session. Is there any further discussion?
I'm not sure, why do we need to go into executive session to discuss how we're going to work our
We'll be discussing contract issues with the recruiting firm that.
Will the contract not be public made?
It will be made public. Whatever we decide coming out of the executive session will be made public. Any further discussion? Please call the vote.
Winters.
Yes.
Beer.
Yes.
Dowling.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Swallow.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to ask the council members, clerks, business manager, and legal counsel to stay. We will welcome the rest of you back in after the executive session. We'll return to regular session. Item 7 is discussion and action regarding the employment, hiring, and appointment of a business manager for the city of Alva. For the next little while, Angelica is going to be our business manager. The council discussed the following items as part of the plan for the executive search process. And so I'm going to read those out for everybody to hear, and then the council will take action regarding this. We plan to work with the Oklahoma Municipal League to participate in a recruitment process that starts with a mini strategic planning type session that involves council members and employees to be able to kind of identify what we need in terms of a city manager at this time. They will offer us a variety of services and assistance, including the posting of the job through various outlets. They'll collect resumes, they'll perform reviews of the candidates to weed out any unqualified candidates, and they'll present information they collect on these applicants back to the city council for consideration. They will perform, like I said, background checks, both low and high level, by the time we get to the end of it. They'll assist our council with ranking the finalists and including checking references, scheduling interviews, and preparing the council members for the interview process. And anything else that would come up along the way, they've committed to working with us to achieve what we're looking for. They will do this at no cost to the city of Alva, except for whatever cost may be incurred for materials, supplies, travel reimbursement, that sort of thing. There's no fee for this service. The council has, like I said, with that, we want our employees to be involved in the initial planning parts of the process. We will then be selecting a 6-person committee that will consist of 3 council members, 2 members of the public, 1 employee, and then Angelica and myself, that will work to narrow down the resumes or the applications to a small list of applicants that this council will ultimately consider and possibly interview. And we will plan on having, that's the plan at this point. The other details of the plan will be determined as we get moving forward in the process.
I'd make a motion to accept the plan as stated.
I second.
I have a motion by Mr. Winters and a second by Mrs. Beer to accept the plan as I've just stated. Is there any further discussion? Please call the vote.
Winters,
Yes.
Beer,
Yes.
Dowling,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Swallow.
Yes.
All right. Would anybody from the community or employees like to address the council?
I think it was Brian who was planning to.
Brian left.
Well, he had a call out.
now.
He's back.
He had a call.
Uh,
Is he coming in?
He's headed this way.
Brian just pulled in.
He's holding up
Tell him
progress.
to run.
I should say she's playing.
It's his time to shine.
Courtney, do you know if this is going to be okay?
I really don't. With Brian, you never know.
Would any of the members of the public or employees like to say anything to address the council?
Sorry. Wait. Yes, I would. So,
I just want to make a statement to you as council members. One, I want to start off on a training that I just recently went to. It's called Crucial Conversations, and I want to just take it one step further with you guys and talk about courageous conversations. It's being able to stand up here and speak when situations or stakes are high. We're at that point. We had a really good department head meeting, and I guess you guys have all talked, I don't know. I think we're in the point that, we would like to at least have your ear for a minute, to be able to speak and let you know what we enjoyed about Angelica and what she brought to the table. The things that made us better as supervisors. We all hate that she's gone, but we understand it. We're in a situation within the city that we got to start working together and building what makes us better in the situation. And to make the city of Alva better, which is what we all want, we got to start looking at things collectively and together. And start having those conversations, those courageous conversations with one another. We know what you guys look for. We would just ask you to lend an ear to let us know how we work better with the supervisors that we work with. We always ask our employees or hiring applicants, what makes you work better? What type of manager makes you work and do your best work? Well, this is going to be my 5th city manager. And I've never been asked those questions. I've asked previous administration if they've ever been asked. We're asking you to ask us. We are a committee-based council now because of the situation that we were put in. And Angelica's done an amazing job digging us out of that situation. It's an unfortunate situation, but we got a lot of good supervisors that bring a lot of stuff to the table. And I know we can't be there for the full thing. We understand that. But we can be there for those conversations to let you guys know our opinions, what makes us work better. We've never had a city manager like Angelica that's been boots on the ground. We had a major water leak. We've never had a manager stand out there the whole time during the water leak. I think Drake felt more comfortable. She wasn't down there with a shovel, but anything that they needed, she was able to take care of it. And, we wholeheartedly, between Courtney and the rest of the people that are unable to attend today in your administration, like the way that we were moving. I think we worked better. We started shining, and that's collectively between you as council members and what you've done and the trust that you gave Angelica and the job that she performed. We would love her to stay. We understand the situation in it, but we just ask you guys, let's have those conversations, hear us out, and take those to the table when you guys are deciding on a new city manager. What makes us do the best thing that we do? And then we can move on into budget retreat and talk about working off 2% within the city and the reason why we're not excelling. We got to do better. We got to have those conversations, whether it be with Northwestern or Share Hospital or the rec park on those taxes, because we have a lot of dilapidated infrastructure that your employees are doing and working with little to nothing. And I would love to sit down and have those conversations, and I think the rest of these people would too. And I appreciate your time. Thank you for allowing me to talk tonight. Thank you, Mayor Parker, for allowing us to talk. And hopefully we can have those meetings and sit down and have those conversations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. You would have been interested to hear that we would like to have the employees join us for some information sharing.
I must have missed that. I was on my soapbox, sorry.
No, I do appreciate your remarks. Noticed you weren't reading them from a list, so I know they were from the heart. And we do have some courageous conversations that need to be had in the coming weeks. And we'll, this isn't uncharted chartered territory. We've been through it before. We'll be through it again, and we will get through this time. So if there is no other word from council or public, we'll adjourn us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.